Welcome to the Roy Anthony and every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is
Anthony
anybody out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's when we can kick every Tuesday.
Everything is going
every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, Roy Anthony
Every
Show. It's during the week, homie.
He couldn't wait till the intro went off. He just started talking. So first of all, y'all, I'm gonna hit y'all with what he usually do. What it do? What it do? What it do?
I'm gonna be on for a few minutes because my plane is starting for 10 minutes. It's grateful.
He was just so excited. Do you realize that you won't hear? I don't know if he realized what's going on, but anyway, I just cut the intro because I heard my bro in the background getting his talk on. He at the airport. So hey, boos. Hey, all my sugarfoot, sweet face, honey loves. Hope your day is going well. I'm in the building. You got your girl, Cynthia Joy, today. So we're talking about adaptation. We're talking about that, and we're talking about whatever else come to my mind because it's all me, boo. But let's see what happened. I got my other sugarfoot up in the building. Hold on. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Girl, living the dream, whatever that may be. But hey, first of all, I want to tell you, you know what, sis? You did it last week, okay? You did it. I wasn't around Tuesday, so I wanted to just let you know, give you your props. You did it.
I appreciate you, sugar. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, there
Hold on,
he
we
is.
got him back up in here. He was so excited to talk, he just couldn't let us have a moment.
I know. He can't hear
What's up,
us,
bro? Now he ain't got nothing to say.
Check me out. I can't hear nobody.
He can't hear us. He said.
Can y'all hear
Well,
me?
then you just need to watch us do what we do. Stop trying to get in our business. Get out of our business. That's right. Fall back.
you made him disappear. You don't talk about us, real man.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Where you on your way to?
Yeah. So, actually, I'm on my way from Ubering someone.
Oh.
So I'm on my way back to the house, but I had Ubered someone this morning, and then I kind of, roundabout way made a pit stop at Dollar Tree or $1.25 Tree.
Okay, that's what's up. Hey, Carl, we got a whole new cast today, y'all.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, Sugarfoot?
Just out here doing the damn thing today.
That's a nice view.
It's beautiful up here in Washington today.
Okay.
That's what's up. Hold on, Roy trying to come back, y'all. He trying. He can't help himself.
Hey, I can hear y'all now. What's up, Carlin?
What's up, Roy?
You got it. What's up, Monda? What's up, Cynthia Joy?
What's up, Roy Anthony?
I can't hear nobody through my earpiece, so I guess I just had to do it like this.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to be all in the business at the airport, then. It is what it is.
Right?
Yeah.
So, how
Hey, it's
you
good
doing?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing great. Making this hustle. I'm glad to see everybody in the house and stuff. I know Big Hank, his wife is having a procedure today.
Okay.
And so,
Okay.
yeah. Matter of fact, they thought that they were gonna have to cut her, and
Oh man.
yeah, and found out that they don't have to do all of that. So, he's kind of relieved, and so I know he was going through that. It's good to see y'all. I'm at the airport, and I be trying to find the hours that we can do, but this is a, you know. Thank you, Cynthia,
Yeah,
so
it didn't want him to tell us about that. We couldn't find out what was going on.
he, he here then he gone. If I gotta suddenly drop out too, I'll be listening on the side. We're over here vacuuming next to a stream today up here, trying to locate our communicational wires. So I'm at work today.
Okay. That's what's up. I still appreciate you taking the time to pop on in here. Can you
Is
hear
that
us, Roy? It ain't looking good.
not for
Anyway,
Roy?
so before you leave, Carl, how you doing today,
I
though?
can't hear nobody.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
Y'all
You
can
can
hear
hear
me?
us?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's real low. I don't know if it's the headphones or what. I
Yeah,
don't.
we hear you.
Let me just turn my what you call this off. All right, I got now.
Okay.
Yeah, something was wrong with my headbuds.
Mm,
So, before I get on, I know you had made the subject about the you said adaption.
Yeah,
Oh,
adaptation. Because even God tell you to adapt. He tell you don't conform to the behaviors and the customs of this world, and to let Him use you and change you to make you think differently. And everything we do takes adapting. So yeah, I figured that'd be a great
okay.
topic because literally everything we do takes some adapting.
That's true.
Definitely.
That is true.
I mean, literally everything we do, even the way we go to the bathroom. The older you get, and your body don't work the way it used to. That
Ooh,
squat don't seem the same. That squat don't hit
baby.
the
Baby. I can, yes.
same.
We won't go there, but yes. Ah,
so
It's
you
all
know,
kind of things.
it's funny. It's funny that you said that subject, and because I'm not gonna be able to be on much longer. We're about to board, but it's funny you
Me
said
neither.
that. Because adapting, when I kept looking up the definitions and illustrations of it, it kept referring to animals, and it wouldn't really refer to humans except for making character changes or making changes to your character, basically. You know, that was the only thing. It was more about animals than anything. But I'm like, wow, that's a trip because we have to learn how to adapt in certain neighborhoods and something like that. I don't know if I'm making sense,
No,
but
that makes sense.
yeah, I had to adapt in certain situations, and I never get when we was kids, we moved down to the deep hoods, and I was very right, like, man, how do I deal with this? And my mother said, yo, you adapt. Are you going to be a punk or you going to adapt? and because my brother, he stayed ran home all the time and stuff. He didn't know how to adapt. I did.
Right.
right.
You always have to adapt, or else you'll never succeed anymore. You used to be able to stay in your own lane and just be you as an individual, but now you absolutely have to adapt to everything that comes about your way. There's no getting around it. And like Roy said, when you look at the definitions, it used to only be, in the animal kingdom, they would have to adapt to their surroundings, and it definitely applies to us humans.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, technically we are animals. You know what I mean? We are a
We're
variation of
mammals.
animals.
Right.
So I mean, it's really no different. And literally, like, it's more about when you adapt as a human. You're learning new skills and new trades and just
Right.
new things. So it's helping you not just stay at a standstill. You're actually elevating yourself and growing. So it's important to be able to adapt in any situation, because every situation, whether it's a bad neighborhood or whether it's, you know how they say, you turn on your white girl, you turn it off because you learn how to
Right.
talk proper and all that kind of stuff. That's adapting to your surroundings. So
Yeah, hey, Cynthia. I was thinking about. Look, Cynthia had to learn how to adapt with Los Angeles weather
right,
because when she came out, they told her it's 80 degrees. But people who don't really be in LA don't know that at nighttime it drops 30 to 40 degrees. So she gets
Mm,
there. She got a t-shirt and some shorts on and stuff. But when that sun started going down, it started getting cold. And so, why I brought that up because since she's gonna be coming out, you know how to adapt to that weather because it's
right.
hot during the daytime, it gets cold at night. So you gotta carry clothing appropriately.
yeah. Now, well, me personally,
Right.
I learned strokes has helped me learn to adapt in any situation. And being a mom, to be honest, being a mom helped me
Yeah.
adapt because each kid is different. So you got to do things different. You can't teach them the same. So I had to adapt and figure out what works for who and what don't. You know what I mean? So
That's true.
Yeah.
what
You're
about you,
right on
Monda?
that.
What's some stuff that you had to
I've had
adapt on?
to, I mean, most recently, I've had to adapt to not working
Okay.
because I lost my job I lost my job a week ago. So I've had to adapt to, I'm still getting up in the morning and I'm finding that there's things that I have not been able to do. So to me, the adaptation that I have adapted, but it's also been a blessing to allow me to get things done that I haven't been able to get done. So to move in a different direction. So not when I get another job, or not if I get another job, it's when. Or if I decide that I want to become an entrepreneur, I'm going to have to adapt. I'm going to have to adapt from having someone giving me a paycheck to me
Yeah.
actually going out here and doing what I need to do to earn it a little in a different way because it's all
Yeah.
going to be on me and not a company. So, yeah. So I've had to
Hey,
adapt in the last week.
hey, that's a good subject because you know what? While you was talking, Miss Monda, I started thinking about when my kids was younger. I would share my plate and all that, right? They didn't eat that
Hmm.
much, something like that. But when they got older, I had to adapt to my son was eating like two grown men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My grocery bill, I was going to the grocery store buying over $250 worth of groceries every 2 weeks because I had to adapt to my son's appetite.
Right.
You I was thinking about when I um, was going to a job and now I gotta adapt my finances with gas and everything just to get to that job. And
Hmm.
when Cynthia brought up the subject, I thought that was a very good subject because a lot of times adaptions, trying to adapt to something is talk about animals with certain areas or something. You get a pet, and the pet is used to being in a cage at the pet store, but now he
Right.
gets to run freely in your yard and in the house. And so, but
Right.
they didn't speak much about humans except a couple of sayings of character flaws and stuff like that, right? And that was a good subject.
Right.
I see exactly what you saying, Cynthia.
That is good. Well, we're all having to adapt to the way that the economy is now versus how it was a year ago, 2, or even 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
why is
I
there a
mean,
shortage on chicken wings? I had to adapt to why is there a shortage on chicken wings?
You know what?
that's what you had to adapt to was chicken wings.
That's what
Yeah,
you had
Man,
to adapt to. You
I
know,
don't want to.
you got bougie problems, Roy. Don't nobody care about what you got to adapt to.
I mean, we had to adapt to eat more legs and thighs than chicken wings. You know what I'm saying?
oh my God. Are we talking about the whole wings? You talking about the whole wings, like the whole wings?
Well, me, I like the flats, but the whole wings period. When I go to the store, they talking about we run out of wings. Like, how you run out of wings? You got legs and thighs. Well,
Then it's
I don't
time for
want to
you
adapt
to
to that.
get you a couple chickens so you won't run
No, I
out.
mean, you brought up food. We had to adapt because a lot of these foods is 50% HMOs, which is meaning like a plastic that we can digest.
Right,
Yeah.
We're
right.
adapting to
No.
if you go on to McDonald's and Subways, you eating HMOs. I'm just being honest with you. It's not
Well,
100%.
you mean
I don't even eat
GMOs?
that.
McDonald's or GMOs, is that what I call HMOs, GMOs?
Yeah,
It's not,
GMOs.
which is an artificial, it's an artificial meat. And it's not
Right,
real.
but
They thought that
anytime
we can
you
digest.
right. Well, anytime you buy deli meat, it has carcinogens already in it. So that
Yep.
deli meat
That's
that you
also
buy,
processed.
it has carcinogens in it. So I say we
Yeah.
just all go vegan. Just eat you some beans and
No,
some
I'm
rice.
about to adapt to buy, but it is going to do. I'm about to adapt to buy my own whole chicken. I'm not going to get close because I don't know any given day he's going to have to go on that plate. But I'm going to just get a chicken and feed him corn.
No, but
It,
real talk, everything's about balance, man. So even with that chicken, I'm finna get it in and eat on that bird, but I'm gonna also eat me some greens, so it'll be alright.
yeah,
Woo,
that's what I'm saying.
yes.
Yeah, I'm eat some collard greens, some
See now,
cornbread.
listen, nobody asked you to start naming off soul food. You
Well, I
That's
called out
started
right.
neck
adapting.
bones,
I started adapting.
collard greens,
I thought I was
hog
with the
maws,
ladies.
chitlins.
I thought I was with the ladies. I thought y'all was about to start really laying it out because Thanksgiving is soon approaching. So I
That
was
don't mean we
adapting
want
to
to
the.
talk about it. Don't ain't nobody happy we gotta be in the kitchen and doing all that dang on work for y'all to
Right.
eat.
Hey, let me
Facts.
ask you a question. I always hear talking to the men about relationships, and since you came up with this subject, let me ask y'all a question. It's not about no gender or nothing, but do you find yourself having to adapt when you get in a relationship?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Are you saying that you're adapting and sacrificing, or you're adapting to another person's behaviorism?
I'm
Both.
adapting and growing because the person I'm with, I want to be together and grow together. So I can't be selfish and only move for self. I got to move for us. So
Mm.
that's what I'm doing. I'm adapting for growth.
I've adapted for both. I've adapted for sacrifice because when things don't quite go the way that you want them to go or how they should go, instead
Yeah.
of confrontation, you may adapt to to whatever it is. Not saying that one person is right than the other, but you choose not to, I guess you take the high road. You choose not to want to have an argument or whatever. But
Right.
then you also, when we become parents, like she said, oh, we already adapt because you have to adapt, and now you're taking care of one or two or three or however others you have. So you're always, it's what? Sorry. My oldest is sitting next to me talking about, he goes, it's your fault.
What?
Well, we didn't have that many kids. He said,
Hey,
it's your
put
fault.
Bradley on the phone.
Put
It
Put
ain't
Bradley
Bradley,
on the
anybody's
phone.
fault.
say hi,
Hey, what's up, Bradley?
What's up,
She
Sugarfoot?
said, "What's up?" She said, "What's up, Sugarfoot?" So yes, but he said it's your fault. So you was happy just being one?
What's fault?
Oh, okay. Because he has a younger brother. It's almost 10 years between the two of them. So he said he was happy with just being himself.
But see, that's the thing too. Bradley had to adapt to where he was the only child for so
Bradley did
long.
have to adapt for 9 years. Yep, but
Yeah.
he's
And
done
that was
pretty
his
well.
first lesson in life that you don't always get what you want.
That is true. Well, hold on. My mama
That
made
was
it
the
still
first lesson.
possible because, but yeah, but grandparents make it rough because they still give the grandkids, yeah, no.
Extra. Yeah.
I think that's a ploy anyways because grandparents adapt to becoming grandparents and give the grandkids what they want so they can cash in later, as we're finding out with my mama.
But you know what? And I was going to say that because, people like our mothers and them, they always wrote out manual letters. You know,
Hmm.
uh, they had to deal with just the phone was a phone. Right now, our cell phones is mini computers and all types of stuff, right? And so for them to not trying to say, it's like it's hard for them to adapt to modern technology, you know.
Right.
And so I can see where it sometimes confused. But when I kept thinking about that subject all day, it's so much adaptions that they need to have more about than animals. It's just I know Cynthia. I know I'm gonna have to get off, but Cynthia.
Well, he got
Yeah,
off.
all that. So so yeah, when it comes to adaption, we gotta
Well, he
adapt to this
disappeared.
right now. Right? They
He
just told him like,
adapted.
no more, we don't want it. Right?
Facts. He
Right?
adapted. Well,
But now
bye, Roy. No. You're on the
I
thing.
believe adaptation
Sorry.
comes physically, mentally, emotionally, in every spiritually, every aspect of your life takes some adaptation.
Uh-oh. I done locked myself out. Dang it. Uh, hello?
It's all good. Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm trying to find girl. I don't know what I did. Hold on a minute.
The struggle is real right now, y'all. But anyway, so as I was saying from the very beginning, that even God in the Bible, I don't know, I don't know scriptures right away, like off the top of the dome, but I do remember and recall reading it telling us something to the effect of you don't follow the customs and behaviors of this world, and you pray and allow God to enter into you and change you and make you think differently than you've ever thought before. Hold on. Wait, I thought I had a friend, but he left. I don't know what happened. I was trying to do stuff, and then it was like, nope, no, thank you. Uh, so no, you're not there, Roy. Talking about he there. He not there. Oh, you are there. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, I kept saying I'm here. I'm about to start loading, but I was listening to you, what you were saying. Go ahead, because we're loading up to the plane. Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, like I just saw Roy in the background. Hold on. Doing it from the phone is a struggle. It's a different situation.
Yeah. You can hear me though, right?
Okay, you still in here?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm still in there. You kind of
Okay,
stuck.
I'm trying to get in.
Oh, you in now. I can see your mouth. But you know what, thank you and stuff for holding it down and stuff. It's 90 people on a 168 seat plane. So but I'm loading
Oh,
up
that's
right now.
beautiful.
Oh
They
yeah,
want
plenty of
extra
room.
time on their boarding pass, Long Beach, and he ate
So
with it. They was preferred
oh well, I still got some
and
minutes
active duty
because
military
it's all
Well,
empty. So
just
I'm
eat
just
your
going
thing
there.
until you get on the plane.
You said what again? What you say?
I said, well, then stay on then. Just mute your mic until you get
Oh
in your
yeah,
seat and then, continue.
that's what I'm doing.
Right.
And
Because
so
it's going to be about 30 minutes before.
plus I don't have no.
Wait a minute.
Well, where'd he
I
go?
don't want that to be there. Okay. I don't know, but I'm trying to get that little stupid StreamYard thing off the but phone. Y'all the struggle real. We adapt
It's
to things
okay.
that happen when they
You are
happen because that's what
adapting.
we do.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, you're
Okay.
human.
Girl,
Hey, it
listen,
works for
life is
me.
trying to like me right now.
I feel you. I feel you. You know, it's oh my gosh. I'm sitting here looking at all these leaves. I guess we're gonna have to adapt to get out here and start raking some leaves.
Right. Get on with it then. Wait a minute.
Girl, if you only knew how much. And there's no trees in our yard. The trees are in everybody else's yard. So these are the neighbors' leaves. I should do like the one old man down the way, girl. He
Look and see.
adapts to not having to rake at leaves. He blows them all down the way.
I guess
So
that's
these
one
are
of the
probably
perks of
some of
being
his.
handy capable because I don't need to worry about it. Huh?
Right. Yeah, right. You're right. I'm not mad at you because anybody trying to be out here raking no leaves, but I guess it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
the
like I'm
little
over
things,
this.
right? It's the little things.
The little things mean the most, though. Yeah. So adaption. So what else? Um, I mean, we always have to adapt. I think even when I was gonna say when we moved out to where we live at, because there were no black people in the neighborhood, none. So we moved out here, so we
Uh
had
huh.
to adapt because I already know they were looking at us like, oh, here it goes. It's all gonna be some drama. Nothing. The first Probably about the first 9 months, no one
Right.
would speak. No one would wave, no one they just drive by and look. But then after a while, they started, speaking and stuff, I guess, because they think we're not those people. So we've had to adapt, and so have they did too. But we
Right.
have proven the stereotype wrong.
Yeah,
Well,
and
there's
again,
Roy.
sometimes you know what I'm saying. You got to teach people how to treat you.
Amen. You're
Every
correct about
time they
that.
don't recognize they're supposed to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like some people don't. They never learned that. So you have to teach them. Good morning. How you doing?
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you got to
It's-
teach them how to adapt, huh?
This
We
thing is
do.
lagging so crazy. So I don't know when to talk.
Look,
See, that's why I'm just smiling because I don't
can
want to
y'all hear me?
interrupt.
Can you hear me? You
Yes.
can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can we hear
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm gonna let y'all ladies do your thing and stuff because my headpiece ain't working with the show, and the people looking at me like, hey, and stuff.
They just have to adapt.
But look here, that's what I say. When I
That
come on
part.
the airplane, I act like I got major sense. I be adapting to major sense. See, don't put me off at the plane. I got TSA pre-check. I ain't trying to mess that up. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
all right, ladies, I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you, Cynthia, for holding it down. Thank you for showing Miss Monda support and
I
stuff.
love
Talk to y'all later.
it.
Okay, bye bye.
Safe travels. Bye.
Holla back.
Bye
No
bye.
problem, boo.
Whoop,
You
whoop.
always.
Say holla back.
She didn't
Huh?
say holla back to you.
Oh,
He said when you said
he
holla
was
back, he said
ready.
whoop. He said whoop whoop. She said holla back. We a lot.
Yeah,
Oh
no.
God.
That's too funny. But no, I just thought
Yeah.
this was a cool topic because I don't think people recognize and realize how often you really have to adapt every day,
Right.
all day to situations that may want to take you out of your character and make you, do things that you normally wouldn't
Right.
do because you got to adapt so you don't knock the hell out of somebody sometimes.
Say that again.
No, for
Period.
real. It's a struggle. And
It
you know what
is.
I'm saying? Like I don't know, I just feel
It
like
is
it's
every
not talked
day.
about enough.
No,
Every
because I
day.
think because people, it's one of those topics that can kind of be sensitive because people don't sensitive topics people don't like to talk about. They don't like to discuss
Yeah.
it. It exists, but if it's not in my face, it doesn't matter. But it does matter because it affects everybody at some point in time, whether you acknowledge it or you totally are oblivious to it because you live in some other world, then it happens. But people don't want
Right.
to acknowledge certain things. I'll be in everybody's business.
I wonder. I wonder if people don't want to acknowledge things because people don't want to call a thing, because then that's gonna make them have to see themselves, and people don't want to face themselves because they know they messed up.
That's true. But once you accept your wrong or your fault and you repent or you forgive yourself, then you just move in a different direction. And it's so much relief from that. And I can attest, girl, I'll be the one to be one to pop off and in a minute. But I have to learn. I've had to learn as
Say
I've
this
gotten
ain't
older.
that.
Right. As I've gotten older, I've had to learn, like you said, to adapt. You know, when you work, when I've been one female of this color in corporations, and because I'm this color, then people want to tend to talk around you or act like you're not there.
Yeah.
And when you're in meetings and you're sitting there, you're having meetings, and you're like, oh, I have something to say. Oh, what she wants to say. Okay, so y'all really tested me. Or they think that you're lacking intelligence, and that's not even the case. So
Right.
I've had to adapt in all types of situations, but that's okay because I feel like when you adapt, you become that chameleon where you can fit in and you can blossom, and people really see you for what you are, and they'd be like, oh. I'm like, yes, but it's okay because what they say,
Right.
one monkey doesn't stop a show. So
That's
I
right.
think
But
I
I
think
know.
we as women have to adapt the most. Now, I'm not saying men don't, but I'm saying I think we as women have to adapt the most because of the roles that we play. We're mothers, we're a daughter, we're a sister, you try to be a good friend. We are always adapting, always in every
I can
situation.
I can definitely see that. I can see that because men have more of it ain't my problem, whereas women take on
Right.
problems that may not necessarily be
That's
theirs,
true.
but we have a nurturing, caring spirit that it makes us want to help and be, a support system. So I can definitely see us
Right.
adapting more. And I know, like for me personally, I feel like I adapt on a whole different level, being in pain chronically. Because
Mhm.
chronic
Okay.
pain, on top of trying to be there for other people and be a mom and a wife and a sister and, all those things, like you said, it makes us as women have so much more on our plate. And that's why I think
Right.
to some degree we die faster. Like
I
women
agree.
who have strokes die faster.
I've heard that. I have heard that. Statistically, I have heard that. But it's twice as hard for African American. I
Yeah.
have heard I have heard that. And
And I think
and I uh-huh.
now I was gonna say when
And
you
I
said African American, I think part of that comes with we were never really taught how to be angry and to express ourselves. So we go from 0 to 1 million so quick,
mhm.
and your
Yes,
heart is like boom, 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 boom.
right. You're right. You are 100% right. And that's why I say that for us, we have to look at things differently. Hopefully with age you start looking at things, but I'm not too
Yep.
convinced that when black women get older they seem to get meaner. They just, and I'm trying not to be that
No,
person.
I think I think I think black women have been quiet for so long that when they get older, they really have zero fucks in their system, and it's like you gonna get what you get, and I don't care no more. And it just is what it is because we've been
You
being
right.
nice for our kids, we've been being nice to our spouse, we've been being nice at work. You nice to your friends, you nice at the store,
True.
you nice everywhere. And by the time you reach 60, you're like, you know what, bitch? You gonna get it how you live.
You right on that one. I never looked at it like that. I was just like when they get older, you're like, ooh, you so mean. Why you so mean? But I never
Yeah.
that gave me a different perspective how to see things. Okay, so then I guess when I get 60, oh well, hold on. Hey, no.
And don't even look at it as you being mean. You're just gonna have a zero tolerance for things that you
Yeah.
just don't accept. And it's just what it is. And it's
But
gonna be like,
right.
what?
Now I was gonna say, but I don't even think that comes with old age because I think it comes to a point depending on what you've gone through in life, you get to that
Yep.
zero tolerance just a little bit faster. And I
Yep.
remember my youngest, I remember one day he told me, he said, "You just a bully." I said, "No, I'm not about to be putting up with no more of your shenanigans." Yeah, so now I said, "You didn't come with a
Right.
manual, but I'm gonna tell you, that other one before you, nothing like you. Like you said, you have to adapt, nothing like you. This one here, girl, I mean, he's cool. They're both wonderful. But girl, that one here, it's always pew, we're over here, we're over here, we're over here. And I'm like, have you thought man, yeah, I'm like, oh, I said, I'm tired. I'm done. Tired. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Be safe. Love you. God put a covenant over you. See you later. Yeah, but it's just but you kind of sometimes society makes you get to that point. But yeah, I guess we have to learn when to use it and not use it. And that's the transition I'm in. That's the adaptation I'm doing. No, don't say it now. Don't do that. Mm-mm. Don't
Yeah,
do
the
that.
thing
Not
is,
yet.
don't let nobody turn you on. You turn on your own switch. Don't let nobody turn your
That's
switch
true.
on for you. You know what I mean? And that's the hard part, especially with being black women, because we already have like this stereotype over our head. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's the way we got to carry ourselves because of it.
Right.
But we easily turned on. So it's up to us to learn to adapt to them situations
You're
and
right.
pull back sometimes.
You are right. You're right. It
Because
do
I
it
know
do be
even
hard.
me, it is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Even listen, I be telling people don't let this fool you because I have a problem, and I think I have a problem because I'm good to people. So if
Right.
I'm treating you the way I want you to treat me, but you treat me the opposite, it
Right.
brings something else out of me. So then
Mm-hmm.
you get what the hell you get, and it is what it is. But
Facts. It will come one
listen,
way, up one way and down the other. Sorry. Yep. You have
so I
to.
mean, we're not the only ones who need to adapt. People who encounter us also need to adapt and recognize. You better recognize good people, because when you put
That's
good
true.
people in the corner, what do good people do when you put them in the corner? They
They're
come
gonna
out
fight
crazy,
back. They sure do.
right?
Fight back all the time. I tell people, I mean, who I did, what are you? Am I crazy? Well, no, I didn't start out like that, but classify as crazy. No, I'm a good person, but you will see another side. I do have another side of me. When you start acting a certain way, yeah, you'll find out.
Mhm.
And back in the day when I was younger, girl, I was destructive. I would mess up your shiggity in a minute. What? Take a crowbar, girl. I remember this one. Oh my God. He was he called himself, he was hollering at me, but then ended up sleeping with quote unquote supposed to be a friend of mine. So he took me to breakfast. He moved the silverware from the table. I'm like, why are you moving the silverware? Well, you said you weren't going to eat, but I might change my mind. Girl, when he told me, I said, okay. I walked outside. I pulled the crowbar out the back of my car and started tearing his stuff up. That's the type of stuff
See,
I would do. And then the manager came out. He said, no, 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 it's okay. He said, yeah. He said, you want to press charges? I wish you would. I wish you would. So,
oh
but
my
I've gone
God,
from that. I've gone from being destructive to now I just hang up on you. Click. I'll be like, I'm getting off the
yeah,
phone. And you still on the phone. That's on you, idiot, because I told you I was hanging up.
right, and that's
You still
also
holding the phone.
adapting though. You
So
protecting your
yeah,
peace, protect your
I have
energy.
to. I have
Yes,
to. And I have to. And I've been watching. I'm a people watcher. So I pay attention to people's energy. Because if your
uh-huh.
energy doesn't match my energy, then I don't have room. I don't have time for you, room for you. And
Right,
because my energy is very sacred and my time is my time. And I choose to whom, you want to give your time to. Sometimes I give my time to the wrong individuals because I think at that time that's what I should do. But then I have to, you slowly start backing up. So I tell people all the time, I'm a good friend to you. And I won't come out swinging and everything. When you do me wrong, you'll just, I just fade away. I'm like a stealth. I'm gone.
right.
I just left. So,
It just kind of is what it is.
right.
Good
Well,
morning,
good
Sugarfoot. How you
morning.
doing, honey love? But
So,
no,
yes.
You know, I feel you 100%, and that's why I try to, like I said, treat people the way I want to be treated. But
Right.
I know when I was talking about this adaptation thing, I wasn't just thinking like mentally, emotionally. I was also thinking physically. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Right.
was even thinking I was being funny when I thought about it, but it's real life. Like physically, when you got, like I talked about, how your knees give out when you're trying to go to the bathroom. Or listen, when you young and you got to squat outside, it's a different situation. You don't need nothing on
All
your
right.
back. But this time, I needed some whole support. I needed to lean on the building. I was like, I got to adapt to this age shit because this is the truth right now. The struggle is real.
It is. It is. It sure. Remember when you're young, and if you buy a house or even move in an apartment, you be like, oh yeah, I can move up on the third floor. It ain't no problem, girl. I'll be, what you got on the first floor? Because I'm not
Right,
trying to be carrying no what's on the first floor. Oh no, we need a house with that's a ranch, because I'm not trying to go up and down all those stairs. Needs be sound like snack crackle pop Rice
right.
Krispies. Girl, I'll
For
be,
real, for
oh
real. Look, I'm
yes.
over here like,
Mm-mm.
you talking about the house and the stairs, and I'm like, I need a car that's high enough because I don't even want to be trying to get down in that seat. I fuck around, just fall in and be stuck. I don't need no problems. Just give me an SUV. This is why I
Right.
drive when I drive. I'd rather climb up than fall down because that's a
Right.
long way to come back. So I be trying to stay in my lane.
Oh, you have to. And but adaption, as we talk about physical, also when you get like age, you have to adapt. Like you said, there's not things we could do. We can't do the same thing. But what cracks me up when I see people out here, now, not the ones that are like exercising and they're in good health and they're doing what they're doing, but those out here that be trying to do things that you see young people do. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea, but I'm gonna watch this to see how this goes. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
like
didn't go the way you wanted to. That's why you looking around see who all seen it. I did. I seen it. I
yeah,
seen it was an
like
epic fail.
I had that prime situation when I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go get on the swings." Yeah, I lost my damn mind. I only got one this side of my body. Do you know what that was like? I fell clean up off that, but it was a
But you
good
did.
time, you know.
But you did it. See, I mean that's good though, because you can't be afraid to adapt to situations. So I always used to tell myself, I said, I'm that person that can sit in a boardroom, have a conversation, discuss whatever meeting we have. I can be that person that if we go to a party, a dinner party, that I can have a conversation about any topic that we're having. But I also
Yeah,
could be that ratchet one to be, what? What you See, so I said I adapt. Like I said, I'm that
absolutely.
chameleon. I'm gonna go where I can fit in it. I'm gonna adapt.
Listen, I'm so much of adapting. I got 3 whole images on social media. I get the stroke talking. I will tell you a joke and then tell you why your mama should have swallowed you. It's all kind of adapting going on through me. I don't know what's going, but listen, adaptation is just a part of life, and you need to embrace it because it's good.
You
It
have
helps
to.
elevate you and get you to that next, plateau in your life, and just
You're
allows you
right.
to start to see what you're really capable of when you adapt to situations for real, for real. Because you're like, damn,
That
I didn't
is
even
true.
know. I didn't know I could handle that way, or I didn't know I can do that like that, or you know what I mean. It's just different things that come with adaptation, so it's really important. But
It
yeah, I
is.
know
And this is a great conversation because it covers so many different facets of it. But again, I say, because Roy's gonna watch this later.
he
We
watching
as
right now.
women, we as women have to adapt more than you men. I put it out there, so all you men that may want to comment later, that's okay. You can say Monda was wrong, but no, no, no. I'm actually right. I'm right, because we do adapt more. Now, if a
That's because
man
we
can prove,
care about more.
but if a man can prove us differently, now,
Can't.
let me know. But I'm gonna tell you, Roy's gonna be like, "Well, I'm a single dad." I'm like, okay."
And
But
still
you did
can't, because even with him being a single dad, he don't care about the same stuff we care about. The stuff that
right.
we care about, they sweep it under the rug because it ain't no big deal to them unless it's their son who got a girlfriend. Then they want to care about it. But if it's
Facts.
their daughter going through a period, or she trying to find herself, or whatever it is that she going through as a female, because we have different changes. They ain't with it and they ain't ready. So I'm with Monda too, y'all. So if you got something big to say, you see the head, we ready now.
Yep. Drop a comment, a line or
Right?
two. We right here. We got this because I just totally feel we the ones that have to adapt the most. Now I'm not saying it's a bad thing when I say that because, like you said, us adapting helps us if we learn from it. It
Right.
helps us to grow and to be better people, a better individual, a better wife, a better girlfriend, a better sister, auntie, friend, mama, whatever role you play, it should help you. It should not get to that point where you just stagnant. You're like, well, I've already adapted. I'm not doing this no more. It's your turn. No, we don't keep tabs. You
Or what
just
about
do
that?
it.
You just made me want to say something though. What about that saying? That's just who I am. That ain't who you are. That's who you
Mm-mm.
choose to be. Everything is
Facts.
adaptation. Real talk.
That's true.
So,
That is real talk.
to be fair though, although women do adapt more, that's because our roles are different. You know what I mean?
Right.
And men have to adapt more on the outside world because the streets ain't got no love for y'all. So
That's
to be
true. You're
fair,
right.
we know you do have to adapt in a
I
different
agree.
way. So
I agree.
I will be a little fair.
We'll
But that
give you
doesn't
y'all's
change that we
props.
adapt more. That don't change we adapt more. We just
Right.
recognize that you also have to adapt and your struggle is a little bit different than ours because we're
That's
not
true.
looked at like you're looked at on the outside world. So know
We're
that we
not a
still
threat.
value you, men, and we love you. We appreciate you.
Mm,
But we do wear many more hats and we do adapt more. So get in line.
yes. Yep. Start tallying up how many times you adapt versus us, and we'll come back. This may have to be a part two on Tuesday when Roy
Right.
can be because it's gonna be and by then hopefully Mrs. Norman is doing better. So then Hank can be on because it's gonna be fired.
Right, right.
They gonna watch this. They gonna be like, what? Yes, come on in. We'll welcome you. We'll wait for it.
We'll wait. No.
He's gonna be like, the two of you cannot do this again. Why? It was, hey, that's maybe another reason why I'm not working right now. Go ahead.
Hey,
Instead
you
of
never
watching and
know.
typing comments in,
Right? Instead of you
no.
just comment, now you won't hear saying what you got to say when you said how you said when you said it because you said it. No.
Thank you. Thank you. Back it up. With a law background, facts. You need to bring the facts. We don't need the hearsay. We need the facts. Bring it on. Come on. We'll wait for it. As always.
Yeah,
But
y'all.
no, this
But
should be a part two, and we should, in all fairness, like you said, we should allow them the opportunity to be able to say what they have to say because, I know there are, like you said, the streets don't have love for you, and y'all, and in all fairness, sometimes those same men that have to go out here and fight the streets got to come home and fight the woman they with. So,
now listen.
baby,
But see, that
mm-mm,
also takes adapting. Because if you
that does.
recognize you got to fight in the street and you got to fight at home, you need to adapt to that situation and move around and do what's necessary for you. Don't stay in a situation because you're comfortable or because it's what you used to. You got to move according to what your body
Right,
needs and what your heart needs. So if she or he ain't whatever, if your spouse or your partner isn't making you feel love, isn't the thing you want to come home to, adapt to that situation and do what's necessary for you. Because
that's
at the
true.
end of the day, you came in this world by yourself. You're gonna die by yourself, and you need to
They
do what
say
you need
that.
to do for yourself, and that's just what it is. Everybody ain't gonna like the choices you make, but it is what it is. Because even with that, they gonna adapt and they gonna move around.
Hmm.
If they don't like what you doing, they gonna find themselves at your life, and you ain't gonna even have to push them there. They gonna find themselves at your life because they walked up out of it. So, I mean,
Right. That is
all
true.
I can say and stress, I just can't stress it enough to adapt in everything that you do in your life. Because everything, the way you eat, the way you
Hmm.
chew, the way you cook, everything we do takes a
Right.
little bit adaptation because we do nothing but get older. Nothing
That's
goes
true. You're right.
backwards, it only goes forward. So you got to be willing to change with the times. That's what it's all about.
And the excuse that, oh well, like you said, This is how I am. Oh, I'm good. No, you can't, because what's gonna happen? You're gonna get left behind. You'll be left behind, and people at first will take that into consideration. Oh, we understand, but then there comes a time that they're gonna be like, hey, like had to adapt differently since had to adapt since you've had your stroke. And I remember when my uncle had his, we had, things had to was different, and he was very frustrated at first, but then eventually he had to adapt. But my aunt also had to adapt because
Yep.
she was his caregiver, in that sense that when he came home, she now, wasn't like, hey, let's go to the store together, or it's like I'll go to the store, and then someone had to kind of be there to monitor and make sure he was good. So adaption affects not just one person. When you're in a family unit, it affects everybody, because you are learning that other person. You're kind of, I guess, molding, adapting to them, and but it's a good learning process. It's a good
Right.
experience. It's a good experience because if you love someone, or claim you love someone, you make the changes, and there's no problem with doing it. So, yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
We all have to adapt. So, it's not
And that's
always bad.
even Yeah, and that's not even with just loving the
What
person
is
you
it?
can change to make, you adapt to make the change for them. But you got to love yourself enough to adapt
Right.
for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What
it's
is it?
so many things out here that we fail to do because we be like, well, that ain't the way I grew up, or that ain't the way I do it.
Right.
But that ain't the way life is. You know what I'm saying? The way life is it's
Hmm.
always changing, and it's always doing something differently than what you doing. So if
That's
you
true.
want better and you want different, then that means you got to adapt and change up the way you think. And as the Bible said, allow God to enter you and change the way you think and the way you move. And it ain't gonna come easy. But as we know, anything that's worth having will be hard. So your
Yep.
peace of mind, your walk with God, your relationship, your happiness, all of that is worth having. So it's gonna be a little hard because you're gonna have to do things differently than how you've ever done them because
Right.
that's the only way you know. But just because it's the only way you know, don't make it the right way. So,
That's true. And you are speaking to me. Thank you.
oh, you're welcome, sugar. I didn't realize, but okay.
No, you 100%. I mean, transparency is what it is. So we have to, like I said, the situation that happened to me last week was because it needed to happen. Wasn't happy about it, how it went down, but it needed to happen because I felt I was becoming very complacent in that situation. And so it's like, oh, okay,
Oh,
now it's
okay.
time to see
So
other
look at
things. So
God.
glory, it is glory, and I have a foster daughter, so I needed to do things for her now, which that was I've had to adapt to that because there's never been no girls in the house.
That's it.
So,
Girls are different. We are something different. So I commend
mhm.
men for dealing with us. But
Yes,
listen,
commend men for dealing with us, and then as we get older, don't. So yeah, so I have a 15-year-old foster daughter. Yeah, so that's been adapting, and she's had to adapt to me as well as to her because, like I said, it's like what? Wait a minute.
yeah.
I've seen this before, but it was a boy. Now let's try this, girl.
And now you got to move different, and the way you talk to her is different. The way you
Hmm.
trying to raise her is differently because you instilling different things into her
Right.
because she's a girl. So everything, literally, y'all. So don't be
Yep.
afraid to adapt. Don't be a change to hit them with the switch up because don't nobody need to know what you're doing all the time anyway. You need to change it
Facts.
up. You need to trick your brain to do something different. That way you can elevate you and help you to be the best version of yourself. Because if you're busy staying the same, how can you reach the next level? You
You
can't
can.
because you're just stuck. We don't want you to be stuck. We want you to be your best version of yourself. And that's what adapting
God
is all
wants you
about.
to. And God wants you. God created us to be in our greatness at all times. Some of us fell short, but the good thing about it is that you have multiple chances to do it right. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like you learn from it, you acknowledge it, you make a change.
Ownership. That big
Yep,
thing right there. Accountability is huge. And
it
people
is.
of this world do not have that. And that's part of what you need to be able to adapt. You have to hold yourself accountable to your issues or to your flaws or to, the things that trigger you because we have different
Right.
things that trigger
Hmm.
us and all that. So you got to be accountable in order to, do the other necessary steps to be your best self because you can't adapt to nothing if you're too busy pretending like it's not a thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
true.
you got to
That's
acknowledge
true.
what is.
You're right. You do.
Nobody
At
said
my
it's gonna
time.
be easy. Nobody said it's easy, but it's definitely worth it. It's for sure worth
It
it.
is.
Why is it worth it? Because you worth it. Once you
I
learn
agree.
your worth, then you'll start putting more of that effort in to know, yeah, it's hard right now, but look how much I'm growing from it. Because that's what it's all
Hmm.
about. The growth
Life.
from it.
Life is a
So
lesson
absolutely. And it's a
every
scary
day.
lesson
It
sometimes.
is. It is. It is. Like I tell them all the time, y'all did not come with manuals. Not
See,
like putting
you
together.
said it so nice. You said life is a lesson. I was gonna be like, see, my ratchet had kicked in, and I was gonna be like, life is just a one big dick, and you gotta fuck it sometimes.
That was good too.
But no,
That ratchet, hey, that ratchet's balance it out. It balanced out. Told y'all, you don't know what you're gonna get, but it's real. That's the thing. It's
it's
real.
real.
There's no sugarcoating. There's no like glam squad. It's what it is. I like that. Love it. Keep it 100. That's
Right? Keep it. But
you
you know
gotta
what?
keep it 100.
We're gonna keep it 100. But no, that's what it is though. Life is hard, but it's worth it, y'all. So don't give
It
up
is
on life. Don't give in to giving up on yourself. Be willing to change and adapt to situations and environments and feelings because everybody ain't gonna have the same feeling as you have. And don't
true.
think because they feel differently, then you feel that they want to fight or that they mad at you or they want to
Right.
argue. That's not what that means. That just means you agree to disagree, and that's okay. That is perfectly fine. We live
It
in a
is.
world where everybody want everybody to agree with what they say, and that's just not real life.
You're right.
Except that we are different. We're gonna think different. We're gonna move different. All of that is fine. Just be
But like
open
you
to it.
say, once you accept it and you encounter other people, I'm sure they have something to bring to the table, and it just empowers you more because you're learning more, you're seeing a different perspective of things. And that's all it is. Every day.
Yep, and it builds a
Every day.
different level of respect too
You're
for the
right.
people around you and yourself. Because then, like I
If I
said, you
want to
start to
respect.
see yourself different, but then they'll start to see you different and recognize it's not an attack session or it's not about a
Right.
right or a wrong session. It's just about us conversing, giving out good information to one another, and we just building each other. And that's what it's all about. And if we start really building each other, we'll be so different. Oh my God.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Instead of tearing each other down, work together. Because majority of us are working towards the same common goal. And it
Yeah,
doesn't matter how you get there. It's when it's you're getting to the same place. And instead of leaving that person behind, bring that person along with you.
that's
It's like a
it.
road trip. It's like a road trip. You don't want to take a road trip by yourself, so you take a road trip with your girls. Somewhere along the road trip, someone's going to disagree, but it doesn't mean you put them out.
Right.
Just keep
And
going, and then we just work it out.
you don't put them out, you don't treat them no different, and you still love them the
Right.
same, just as God loves us through all of our
Correct.
flaws and all of our mishaps and all of our everything that we was born into. Because whether we was born into it or not, He still love us through it. So we're
That's
gonna have
true.
a whole nother conversation with that too. Because
Yes.
bro, I remember you said, "Well, you thought like I thought about God possibly being a woman." We're gonna have another conversation about that too. But you
He
want
gonna
to
be
leave
like,
the
I
people
can't
with
have
any
y'all host no more.
you want you want to leave you want to leave the people with anything before we leave.
Lead the people with everything. Just know that tomorrow's never promised. So whatever you need to make the change in today, go for it. Do it. Love those that are around you, respect those that are around you. And if there's somebody in your life who you have not communicated with in a while, reach out to them wholeheartedly. Let your bygones be your bygones and let them know that they are in your thoughts and prayers and you love them. Because, like I said, tomorrow's not promised.
Absolutely. That is a great message. I love it. You was talking to me, by the way. I'm going to go home and call some people. But
Okay.
know that you are loved and blessed by the best. Never give in to giving up on yourself when you're down. There's
Right.
nowhere else to go but up. Stay true to you and be willing to adapt and change in
Right.
every circumstance and situation because it allows you to be your best self. And we love you until next week. What day we on? Yeah, Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Holla back,
Oh,
y'all.
don't forget, we've got to send prayers. We're going to send prayers to Mrs. Norman,
Yes, send
to
prayers
Big
out
Hank
to
and his
Hank
wife.
and Alicia. Yes. Prayers. Prayers for everybody, for the stuff that we know and the stuff that we don't know. For those
Amen.
that tell us what's going on and those who are ashamed of what's going on. We put love and good energy out there to y'all and wish you nothing but the best. And know
Yes.
that God got you. And just
Amen.
stay prayed up, y'all. Mwah, mwah,
We
mwah.
will. And
Holla
we'll see
back.
you Tuesday.
Bye, boo.
Bye.
Welcome to the Roy Anthony and
Every
Friends show.
Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank
And Cynthia.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank
And Cynthia.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's when we can kick it.
Every Tuesday.
Everything is going
Every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, the Roy Anthony
Every
Show. It's through
Tuesday.
the week, homie. The Roy
Every
Anthony
Thursday.
Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get a
Tap
bar
in.
before we gotta
Tap
go.
in.
What you listening to? The Roy Anthony
Every
Show. Come on
Tuesday.
and kick it with us. The Roy Anthony
Every
Show.
Thursday.
It's going down, homeboy. The Roy Anthony Show. Co-host
Tap in.
Big Hank. We getting it. What you think? It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank
And Cynthia.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show.